Welcome to the podcast 1.2. Uh, Chris is gonna join us, or Chris Atan is gonna join us in a bit.
Yeah.
He's out doing tech support, but he'll be here soon.
Yeah.
Uh, my name is Andy, aka Big Boss. To my right is.
Am I on your right in your screen?
Oh, I don't even know actually.
I'll go.
Yeah.
My name's Chris. Mr. Chicken Ladder, chicken, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Ryan, aka Ryan.
Ryan plays.
Ryan, please.
You're. So I mean, we're basically gonna. Not basically gonna go. Fuck it. Let's go over the topic. I guess. Let's go over this topic. Let's go over how we started gaming because that's a really good place to start for 1.2. You guys want to go first, or you guys want me to start it off?
Go for it. Take the wheel.
Go for it.
So I guess the first time that I started gaming, it could be when I first got the PS2 and N64, more or less. But I did have. Actually, no, fuck. Let me start with the first thing that I actually bought with my own money. So the first thing I actually bought was Game Boy Color with my birthday money that I got. And I managed to get Pokemon Silver. My brother got Pokemon Gold. So he had the green Game Boy and I had the blue one. So we basically just kept on playing that for a good while. But then that's when the consoles came in later that we got. And I only got to play the N64 and PS2 for a little bit. But somebody basically like came into the bathroom of my house, like through the window, broke in, took both consoles, and luckily with the Game Boy Color, I had that like stashed underneath like a stack of my white shirts for school. So they didn't really see that. I mean, I guess they opened the cabinet and were like, fucking,
Yeah.
it's not worth anything.
Uniforms.
And and I still remember that day at school. Like it was weird because coming back, my mom and dad were like together, but like my dad usually worked at night and my mom worked in the mornings, so she would pick me up in the afternoon. So seeing both of them there, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, you're on a vacation or what? And then they told me, they're like, yeah, they came in. I was like, fuck. And I'm like, what did they take? I'm like, wait, no. I'm like, did they take and they're like, yeah, they took the consoles. I was like, fuck. So once I got home and like once I was in there already, I just ran to the cabinet, opened up the shirts, like went through them, and sure enough, the Game Boy was still there. And this is, I guess, where it actually started is when they bought us the original Xbox. So once I got the original Xbox, the first game that I think I started playing might have been either like a FIFA game or Spider-Man the movie, the game. And from there, I mean, the fucking library kept on growing. I still have it with me, and I think I have like around like 50 or something games on that. But the Xbox was definitely the first console that I got, and
What's up, boys?
Oh, welcome back, man. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's just the Xbox for me was my like first, I guess like my first true way into gaming, because I went from portable gaming with Game Boy to then the Xbox, but then it became a thing of like the coexistence. We're having the thing at home and then having the Game Boy on the way out, so there's always something with me. And it's always been that way, like growing up from, the DS to freaking the PSP, and then not the Xbox, the PS3, then PS4, and that type of stuff. But yeah, the Xbox was basically my first serious like a start into gaming. What about you guys? You guys want to share?
Mine.
I go right.
Sorry. Damn. I mean, I still have my Nintendo 64, and that's pretty cool. But I didn't really start until PlayStation 3. I had the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation. Fuck Xbox, to anybody who
True.
owns one. aka Gaybox. So I started a PS3 first game that I can remember. that my addiction started. Modern Warfare 2. And,
Oh yeah.
and then it's all the Call of Duties. Now it's like you play them, but they're trash. And yeah, that's where I started. PS3.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah, I started pretty early on. I was 4 years old. I remember getting the Game Boy Color, yeah, and I remember getting it at a KB Toys, and those don't even exist anymore, I think.
Yeah. Rip.
Yeah, yeah. And my first game must have been Pokemon Red. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just because it was Pokemon and I got like Lucky Strike. My first video game was like a good, very good game. I mean, they still remake Pokemon Red like every
Mhm.
couple of years.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the first one, so it's. I feel lucky that I got to play the first one at a very, very young age too. And then from there, I got the GameCube, and the first game was Luigi's Mansion. Um, yeah, I mean, that was such a cool like. That was my first like Mario game, and it wasn't even Mario. It was Luigi. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then on I just got every single Nintendo system. I didn't start with PlayStation till high school, early
Mhm.
high school. The PS3, yeah.
Yeah.
And the PS3 had a good lineup, but we'll talk about that more later.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically the Game Boy, the GameCube, Nintendo's where I started.
Cool. Chris, how about you?
I started with GameCube, PSP, and PlayStation 2. Pretty much just only played PlayStation 2 and GameCube, but then once I got my hands on the PSP, it was pretty good, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell of a console, dude. Portable
Mm-hmm.
console, I guess, but there's so many good games on that. Like I still remember playing the Warriors on that, and it was the same thing as playing on console. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. I mean, different. Well, not. I mean, you guys are mostly similar. I guess I'm the only Xbox guy over here,
Yeah.
fortunately. But yeah. I mean, I guess from our beginnings to now, how would you guys how would you guys rate your experience now with video games?
Like
Current
now,
time,
as in
like
just the games?
like currently.
I realized I play less and less games. I don't really play games that much anymore just because I'm so
Mhm.
busy. I still keep up with games and stuff, like, and then like every now and then I go back to like an older game, but games nowadays, I don't know. It's just because I'm getting older and busy, but I don't play that much anymore. I do get excited for like future games and stuff,
Mhm.
but I mean, I guess yeah, it has to do with age. 'Cause the older you get, just play less.
Yeah, I get you.
Uh,
Would you guys say that there's like a lack of maybe like innovation or maybe just anything that would like captivate you guys?
I guess it depends on the kind of innovation.
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
Depends on the genre. I mean, since I mainly play first-person shooters, and since I'm getting into tactical shooters, I guess there's innovation there. But for like more mainstream games, I haven't really kept up other than Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Some of them is just, I guess, game developments hear their fan base, but at the same time, they don't hear them, and that's been going on for
Yeah, I
not
get
all
you.
games, but
Yeah.
most. And it's
Uh-huh.
kind of disappointing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because most of the games, like let's say, good example, I guess could be,
How many years have we
like
been asking for Modern Warfare 2 remaster?
yeah, and then they give it to us, but then
That's-
they only give us a campaign, which
I
it's
mean,
like
they
a
caved it.
half-assed. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's half-assed. Like what we really
It was like
wanted was multiplayer.
online, yeah.
Exactly. That's the best part about that game.
And that's been going on for years.
Mm-hmm.
EA is garbage.
They used to be
FIFA,
really good though, man. They used to be
yeah.
really good. That's like so sad about that because
Their servers, not even crossplay. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
The way they
they're
misuse the Star Wars license.
Yeah, yeah.
all that.
Yeah, I mean,
Terrible.
like I think a good game that I can remember being hype about was No Man's Sky, because No Man's Sky was pretty cool to me. And I remember thinking, I'm like, wow, like something, because sometimes like I like to do this thing where I have a single player game where I like immerse myself in, and then I have a nice multiplayer game where I get to play. So I have a good balance of the two. No Man's Sky, I was like, cool, this is gonna be the single player game because I can explore, play some music, and just like, you know, just chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And the first couple days of release, dude, was so bad. Like that game was
yeah. I
it, it
remember.
under they like they it was underwhelming to say the least.
Uh-huh.
But then throughout the years, they have like come out with more and more updates to kind of fix the game. But the thing for me is that like growing up with all these games, or growing up playing video games, being accustomed to a game coming out, paying full price, and then getting the entire content on the game, you know, as
Mhm.
opposed to it becoming more of like a subscription based thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, they could be like, oh well, Call of Duty's gonna be standard edition, $60, but if you want the ultimate edition or you want the gold edition, you gotta pay an extra $20, or you gotta pay $100. And then it's not like, I don't know, like it's not the same as it was before for me, because it's not that I don't have the money to pay for the games. It's more, do I want to spend the time on that? And
Yeah, that
half the
makes
time,
sense.
it's not really worth it, because most of these games, I mean, they kind of become a grind fest. I mean, and it's unfortunate that that has to be that way. You know, I mean, what do you guys think?
Games as a service doesn't really work when the developers don't really go all in. And
Mhm.
then the DLC form factor too, like that works, but having to pay like 140 for like 4 DLC packs after you buy the $60 for the game. And they did the season passes, which was kind of better, but
Mhm.
then you're still paying like $90 for the DLC of the game, where
Yeah.
before you buy the game once and it's the full game. Like it's done. You're good. You just buy it once and you don't have to worry about anything else.
There's only one game that's been able to do that, like be perfectly priced and still like be known today, which is Minecraft. You just buy Minecraft once and you get all
Mhm.
of like it's not even DLC, it's just like added content to
Everything.
the
Yep.
and that's like it's old. It's about to be 10 years old.
Yeah.
The only difference is that like if you buy it on console, you still have to pay for skins, which I think is a big
Yeah.
freaking ripoff,
Uh-huh.
and it's taking advantage of the younger kids that do enjoy playing Minecraft, and then have to go to their parents and be like, "Mom, Dad, like I want this $10 pack full of like 20 skins that you can just get for free on
Yeah.
PC," but they don't know, you know, like they don't know any better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Java edition of Minecraft is just like top
Mhm.
tier. Nothing can beat it.
Like the Bedrock one is solid though for what it is, but
Yeah.
nothing really can't beat, you know, the Java one. I agree
Not
with you.
having texture packs, custom servers, custom skins, mods,
Mhm.
like that's it's not part of the full Minecraft experience when you get it out the box, but it's still a big part of the experience after you play it and you finish it and you do everything.
Yeah. Yeah, very true, very true. I mean, another game I guess you could say that. I mean, obviously everybody's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, of course," like Skyrim. Like
Mm-hmm.
Skyrim and Minecraft, I think I bought at least more than like 5 copies of each on different consoles and different systems. Like
Yeah.
it's just they're so good, man.
Yeah.
Even if
Minecraft
I don't even touch the game, like it's just
yeah,
there, so I'm like, one day I'll play
yeah,
that again.
yeah.
I'll play it
Minecraft I
again.
own on every single thing I could own Minecraft in.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Skyrim. I bought it on the Switch, even though
Yeah,
I knew it was
so,
free to
yeah.
play.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh, maybe I just go on a trip one day and I play
Yeah,
Skyrim.
yeah. That's how they sell you, dude. Because
Yeah,
the commercials, they're like, "Oh, you can play Skyrim on the go," and you're like, "Fuck, you
yeah.
can't do that."
I still remember seeing the commercial for the Switch, and they showed off like a video of Skyrim on it.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, no way. I'm like, no way.
Yeah,
Oh wait, take my
Yeah.
money.
yeah.
Here we go again.
Yeah. I've owned like 5 copies of Skyrim so far. I have Skyrim on my Alexa.
Jeez.
I mean, those two games are very popular. What about games that let's talk about the past right now. What about games that you guys have played
What about your
growing up?
favorite?
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to. Like a
one
game that you
top
can
tier
still go
that you
back
would
to.
take back.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
hard.
Oh, what, Ryan? What was the last thing you said?
Like one game that you could play, like bring back or whatever,
Oh.
or just in general, like
Uh,
one top tier game that is on your list that you would.
well, I mean, that would be our favorite video game, right? Or would that be a
Or
For
how
a
about-
remaster
this?
or just like a
How about
Oh.
this? Like a game that you can play,
Uh-huh.
but you have your memory completely wiped clean. That you can play
okay,
over.
okay.
Witcher 3?
The Witcher 3.
Witcher 3.
Yeah, that one's mine.
I'd say Splinter Cell Chaos Theory.
It's pretty good.
Mine would be The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Ryan?
It's pretty solid.
How that I could play again?
Yeah, like your memory is
Yeah.
completely
Just
wiped.
completely
Your
wiped.
first playthrough again at this point.
Uh, like it'd be one of the top. It wouldn't be the first one. The Last of Us was the first. I really like that one.
That's a good game, dude.
Like the other one, the other zombie one would be Dying Light, but like
That's
I
a good
just-
game too, man.
That is a good
Yeah.
game.
that one,
Yeah.
like just paranoid.
It's so terrible. I still remember the first night playing that game, dude.
Yeah.
Like in-game night, and I was like, it's one of those games where it's gonna be nighttime and it's not that dark. And then as soon as it became nighttime, dude, it's just pitch black.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god. And just hearing like, like on the side.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck, I can feel it.
But then once you got the UV light, I was like, this feels like nothing, dude. They're not gonna do
Yeah.
much damage. But that was a good experience. That's a great game too, man.
yeah.
But I mean, I think they are gonna come out with. They're coming out with a sequel, right? To Dying Light.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, the
If
second
it
one.
already came out, or
No,
is it
no.
coming out next month?
Next year, I
Mm,
think.
It was gonna come out
Oh,
sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think it is. Probably see how
Let's
it goes.
say, let's say, let's say you guys are playing a game, right?
Yep.
And you guys are enjoying the game, but after a certain point, you start to kind of like tell yourself, I'm like, okay, this game is kind of starting to become generic, and it feels like it's something I've played already. What games have those been for you guys?
The Mario games. I'm not. I know how big it is, but I've never been like a Mario guy. Like,
Yeah.
If I think Nintendo Mario's not the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, the Mario games. I don't know. I mean, I say that, but I buy every single game, and every time I play, I'm like, fuck,
Yeah.
it's the same thing, just jumping around, hitting blocks.
I think Odyssey was a really fun Mario game, a really new fun Mario game.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones that I didn't like touch at all were the ones on the DS and the Wii.
I played all of those. I played the Wii.
Those for me, it was
DS,
like
Wii U.
I could have, like I could just
Yeah.
buy like Mario Bros. 3 again and
Yeah, just buy the original. That's pretty much.
yeah.
I
I still
love
died of
the,
that stupid sun, man.
I love the Super Mario sock.
Oh, the
Oh,
soccer one?
Strike-
Yeah.
Striker. Like
I'm not a sports guy or like into sports games, but that one is really fun. I remember playing it as a little kid.
Power ups, man.
Yeah,
Bring it back.
they
And then
do.
the special
I'm always
shot
hoping for that.
yeah, they should, man. They should. Nintendo's one of those companies that they're really good at like bringing back like good games that they have.
Uh-huh.
The only problem is that you can never really tell or predict when they're gonna come out because they're just so like they're so
That- And they just assume that people aren't really into them.
yeah.
That and everything's on the Nintendo console.
True.
That's
But they do a good job. I mean, sometimes they do
I'll
bundle.
buy a Switch right now if they bring it back.
I mean, they're never not bad. There's always something good. About
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nintendo games are very polished. That's
Yeah.
one thing I do enjoy about them.
Yeah, if you're not a
Mm.
fan of one of the series, there's like a whole like million of other people who are fans of it.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not gonna lie, man. The last
Ooh.
direct I saw, I'm like, what the fuck is Shin Megami Tensei, bro? But then I was like, you know what?
You
Nah,
know,
nah, I
Murs,
can't.
somewhere Murs like, woo!
know, like I can't really talk shit because I would react the same way if there was a new Splinter Cell game that came out. So I'm like, at least they're being happy. Like eventually,
Yeah.
maybe my turn will come where like some game that I love will come
That's
out
the thing
again.
about Nintendo Directs. You like maybe it's something you're not interested, but you're always like, all right, whatever. It's for somebody out there likes
Yeah.
it.
There was this the game where you play. It looks like Breath of the Wild, but it looks like it's like cell shaded. And there's like
Oh.
some butler, and then it shows like the guy in the
Uh-huh.
in the wilderness, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then it cuts back to like being in another like house, I guess, or mansion.
Yeah.
That game looked pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the one
Like
with the
the
old guy,
Yeah, yeah,
the one who
Yeah.
dunks the log in the toilet. That game
Oh,
looks
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
I haven't-
yeah. So let's say with the new, well, I guess yeah, around the corner. I mean, at the end of this year, PS5, Xbox Series X. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I'm not gonna get either.
PC games are finally gonna look better.
Yeah. I don't know.
You guys think? Well,
Why is it because we're running off their graphics?
Yeah, because most games have to be made for their minimum spec hardware, which
Mhm.
gets outdated in like a year or two.
Yeah, FIFA.
Yeah.
nah, FIFA. I feel like with FIFA, all they need to do is make that a subscription-based game because
That's like the one game that should be a live service game.
yeah, every sports game. Because at this point, all you gotta do is update it. Bam, that's it. FIFA 20,
Mhm.
FIFA 21, and then maybe add more mechanics. I mean, it's not that hard, and EA could like. I'm pretty sure they thought of the idea already.
Cross?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. So I can be called Pata Chueca on another console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You know,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
cool that like people still complain about, but like I don't know how. I don't know. Sometimes when I hear the complaints, I'm like, damn, like you should be grateful we have this in the first place. Is crossplay. That's so cool
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we have crossplay. Like we've always asked for it, and then like here we are. Like I don't even know how many years it's been already that games have
Yeah.
crossplay, but it's cool.
I still remember growing up as a kid, like trying to put an Xbox CD inside of a PS2 and vice versa.
Oh no.
Like maybe it could
But-
work. You never know.
Yeah.
But what was the real game that started the cross?
Is it Minecraft?
Fortnite.
That's a good question.
No, it's
Minecraft was the first one, but the one that really or maybe it was Rocket League.
I think it was Rocket League.
Yeah.
It was
It was
Rocket-
Rocket League. Yeah.
That's
It was
a
fun,
great
But-
but it was only PC with one console and then PC with the other console. You couldn't do all three.
Yeah.
Now you can.
Fortnite is like the first game that you could do PC, mobile, and any variant of console that you want. Like before, it would be like Minecraft. It was just people with Bedrock Edition, whether that was like phone, console, or
Yeah, yeah.
PC. But you couldn't play with people with Java.
Yeah.
But Fortnite, it's all just one game, one client, and everyone can play together.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Now,
the one good thing Fortnite did.
almost every game is starting to implement it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sport games need that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm glad COD did it. Now Apex is going to be doing it soon.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite sports game?
Favorite sports? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean,
uh,
I have a favorite basketball game. I think it was NBA 2K17.
Uh-huh.
I think, but that's because that was I think the first 2K that I actually bought,
uh-huh.
like personally. And the reason why I got it was because I know I'm more of like a career mode, like a seasoned in like thing, but just
Yeah.
like single player. But I'll play it like a really hard difficulty. That way I can just get like challenged and kind of like make out my own fantasy league thing.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, all right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start with a small team, small budget, try to find the way to make it to the Champions League, try to find the way to play, like the high end competitions with a team that has a low budget, like that type of thing. There's always some scenario in my head that I want to play out,
Yeah.
that I'll try in
Yeah.
FIFA. But with NBA 2K, the thing I like the most is that they have a narrative and they have a good storyline with the career mode. So it's kind of cringy at times
Mhm.
because they try to use slang and it's hit or miss. But
Yeah.
it was fun because each match that you go against another team, it would tell you the stats of the other player and it would tell you their strengths and weaknesses. So that was your matchup. So you were, I mean, obviously I played point guard because I'm like, I mean, I guess I'll just play point guard. That's the only thing I know how to play.
Yeah.
and from there you kind of have to like make sure that you don't take a stupid shot, make sure your passes are connecting, like just make sure you put in a good performance. And then at the end of the game, it would sometimes show you a cutscene, and as you progress, I mean, it would just show you different things in the career mode. It's a pretty good career mode. It's fun.
Hmm.
So 2K17. In terms of FIFA, like soccer wise, I think FIFA 2005.
I had that one.
I think it's the one with the cover with like Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho, and Del Piero. But that was my favorite one because like the soundtrack is like I still listen to the music from that game. I
Mhm.
still like, I mean, not play it, but it's there still, and I always think about that from time to time. But sports game, it's kind of hard to think of a favorite one because there's not that much of a difference. I mean,
I mean,
unless
you
you
could
go
say
back,
series.
the what?
You could say your favorite series, sports series game.
Uh,
I mean, I guess it would be FIFA, no?
yeah, because I grew up playing FIFA, man. Like the year-wise, the first one, like the earliest one that I got to play, not the first one that I played, but the earliest one that I ever got to play was FIFA 96 on the Sega Genesis, and that
Jeez.
one was pretty fun. But it was like so simple, and I would go from 96 to playing FIFA 2005, and like I was just like, ugh, this is like how do people play soccer games like this?
Uh,
But FIFA 2002 World Cup was my first FIFA game that I played.
uh-huh.
And that was more arcade-like because you would have to button mash like Y to sprint.
Hmm.
Like it was more fun because anybody can pick it up and have fun playing it. Now it's like 30 million like buttons you have to press. You could play like one button or two button, but that's just cheesy. Like it's not fun.
Yeah.
Dude, my favorite sports game is golf with your friends, dude.
Hey, you'd be
Golf's a
surprised, though.
sport.
Yeah.
Golf game?
Hey, that's the only
Golf
No.
sports game I've
I
played.
was gonna say right now, my favorite game is Mario Golf. Like
Yeah.
I love every like variant of like golf games that are out there. That's the only
Golf
like
games are-
sports game I ever like paid money for is the golf ones.
Yeah. They're so much fun because the thing is like you can do so much with the shot. You can be like maybe if I just like overpower this, I can probably
Yeah,
like
yeah.
go over the trees or something. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fun with golf games.
Yeah. Yeah, golf games are
Right.
really great.
Mine's,
The what?
mine's FIFA. FIFA
FIFA?
2011. I
2011.
think my first one was 2003. I think that was my. And then I believe I've got everyone. I've gotten everyone since 2003.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of FIFAs.
Yeah, they stack up quickly, dude.
But I would
They're all-
say
they're all
the
the
best
same.
one would be
Yeah.
11. Why? Because god damn, it was so easy to win. I think that's the one I got Division 1 in. And then like as the years went on, it was a bit harder and harder, and now it's like I don't know.
It's just the,
I got one for you guys. If they're all the same, why do you guys like keep playing it or like?
the thing is they're not all the. So a lot of people
I
would
mean,
say that they're all the
I
same.
mean, players get changed as well.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
mechanics
So,
that
they
that
don't
change.
they don't just
Uh,
update
I've
the
never played a
squads
FIFA
on
game,
the.
so.
So players get transferred just like any other on
Yeah.
professional.
Uh-huh.
So every season or every year, some get moved around. Also, their stats change.
Mhm.
Obviously, brand new players they start rising up, or the old ones just get a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
And what do you guys like? They have to buy the game to find out, or do like they show in the trailers like who's
They-
in the game?
Recent years, they've been doing a thing where like they show you the cards or they show you the stats ahead of time,
Uh-huh.
and then you can kind of just check it out for yourself. Beforehand, it was more like you would just watch the games on TV and be like,
And then-
"Oh yeah, you played really good," and then you buy the new game and you're like, "What the fuck, dude? Why is this guy rated 85 right now? He's supposed to be 90 or something, you know?"
Uh-huh.
But each FIFA like recently has been like an incremental increase and decrease to players.
Uh-huh.
So, let's say if they win, most of
I
the
mean,
popular teams are European teams. So if they win like a Champions League or if they win the domestic league or a domestic cup, then their stats will increase from the past season.
But the difference
Uh,
between this last one is that they added the street.
Oh,
Street has
Volta?
been in-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
in-
but I mean,
in this
that's just
one.
to me that's a gimmick. I mean, Who really plays Volta? I mean, everybody's
I
gonna
did.
go into
I
Ultimate
played the
Team.
story. I finished it.
It's just a
I
gimmick, dude.
won
The
the
same thing with the
championship.
story before.
I just don't like playing online because I don't know the tricks.
Yeah.
But the old FIFA Street with Ronaldo and Ronaldinho, the skills on that one with the power ups. This
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
more realistic. I miss the power up.
Yeah, true.
The
I mean,
little style points you would get when you meg someone.
yeah. The soundtrack is what got me. I mean, the FIFA Street 1 and 2 had like liquid drums and bass, like that type of
Mhm.
stuff. And it would just kind of like sound very repetitive, but with like that mixed in with the game is just like I zoned out sometimes from playing it, but
Got some good music on the old ones.
FIFA has always been that's another thing too, going back to your question, is the reason why, well, this is another side reason I guess, is the music. Because
Uh-huh.
each year that comes out with FIFA, there's always soundtracks. The soundtrack is always different from each year. So there's always some like couple of tracks that you listen to and you're like, oh, this is a FIFA song, you know? And once they put it in there, or if you hear it in the
Oh,
game,
yeah.
like you take it with you and you start playing it outside, and it's just like reminds you of the game.
It makes you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
play FIFA.
Yeah, pretty much. But EA's always like done a good job with soundtracks, like even from like the SSX games to like the other sports games that they've had.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, it's a lot of people will say that yeah, it is the same game every year, aside from the switching out of like players, like Ryan was
Yeah.
saying. It's just mechanics. Sometimes the rivalry with FIFA and PES, that's another thing too, is because sometimes PES will get licensing from a league, or they'll get a licensing from like a team,
Mhm.
and then like you know, like right now FIFA I think has the MLS league, but PES doesn't. And then PES doesn't have like some European teams, like most of them I think, but you can mod that into the game eventually.
Yeah.
But even I mean mechanics too. That's a different thing.
I mean, the thing is, it's a sport. It
Mhm.
plays by the same rules every time. So
Yeah.
it's like technically you buy the game because that's how the game is played. It's the
Mhm.
same shit, but just cosmetic wise, things change.
Mhm.
I mean, they do also improve the AIs, but it's like
Yeah, it's so
you know,
like
bots are bots.
yeah. And the thing is
Fucking
trying to like
retard.
play with one person, like you controlling one guy, and then having to like rely on the computer to rely on the 10 others on the field. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's so infuriating at times.
Yep.
Like
So
we can all download FIFA and play pro clubs.
true.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
but I have chicks saying "Golazo."
awesome. Yeah, FIFA games. I mean, it kind of gives you like an opportunity to play as your favorite player as well.
Uh-huh.
There's also the pay to win type of genre they have online, or you could just play with the regular teams.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like obviously you could pay
Yeah.
for better players on the fantasy, whatever fantasy soccer you would call it.
Mhm.
Where you can pay to buy players, or you could just play um, the regular settings, regular route where everybody has the same set
Yeah.
of skills.
Yeah.
So then enough with FIFA. What are the games that you guys are currently playing?
Currently playing. I
Or that
guess you
you
could
want?
say Doom Eternal. I was kind of a big critic of Doom Eternal because I
Yeah.
played the first game, and then seeing some gameplay of Eternal, I was like, oh, you know, it looks more arcadey with all the power ups, like just being shiny and stuff. But actually playing it, it's a different story. That game is like really, really fast paced and fun.
Yeah.
Like you can just turn your brain off and play Doom Eternal, and it's a great feeling.
And that's a
Well,
shooter,
everybody's
right?
playing Tarkov, dude.
Oh, that too. Yeah, Escape from Tarkov is my multiplayer game. That thing is
Yeah.
it's Tarkov is such a fun shooter for the simple fact that it has enough to make it different.
Yeah.
And it's got that thing where it's got that magic like the old Call of Duties had, where for me, like I want to learn everything about the game. So once
Yeah.
you start to get to that point where you want to research and learn how to get better, that's when a game I think like can truly hook you in.
And you just watch videos and
Mhm.
video.
Even just
Yeah.
gameplay of other people playing, like you pick up little habits that they get, like tactics that they do, even like attachments that they can buy. Uh, it's there's so much to the game. I mean, it's addicting, truly addicting.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
What about you, Chris, or Chicken? What games are you playing currently, if you are playing games?
The only game I
Nothing?
play every day is Hearthstone, but I mean it's because it's a card game, and I've always liked card games. I mean, technically each game is different, so I mean that's kind of why too.
Yeah, I get you.
I could play the same deck, or I could just switch it up and play a different deck, and everybody's always going to be playing a different deck. So
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get rewarded for playing every day because there's daily quests. So and then you get gold, and then when expansion comes out, I don't even spend money on the game. I just buy. Usually, I've been saving up $60 worth of in-game money. So whenever a new set comes, I just get 60 packs for free. So I don't know. Yeah,
Mhm.
I find it enjoyable.
Mm.
Yeah.
Not bad.
What
We got a
games are you
topic switch?
excited for?
What game? What?
What games are you excited for?
Top of my list, I guess it would be Cyberpunk,
Uh-huh.
but it's like a 50-50 thing because just being disappointed by other games that have come out in the past, and also because I feel like if you don't have your expectations, if you set your expectations low,
Death
Then-
Stranding, The Last of Us 2. Uh-huh.
yeah, I mean, The Last of Us 1 was a great game, but I feel like it could have ended at that first game.
Mhm.
But they decided to like elongate it, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't played it though. I haven't played 2 yet. I played the first one, I passed it.
Uh-huh.
I haven't played 2. I
That's
have my
not
feelings on 2, but since I haven't played it, they're not very.
Yeah.
You can't go to my opinion for it because I haven't
Yeah.
touched it. So.
Uh-huh.
How about How about since now that we're all on PC, right? How about console games that you've seen that have come out that kind of make you wish you had a console or make you want to go back to playing the console for that
God
game?
of War.
The new God of War?
I
Nice,
still
nice.
haven't played it.
Really?
I still have not played it.
Jeez.
Like I played like the first 30 minutes. That's as far as I got.
Damn. And then your eyeballs were like 30 frames. Oh.
Dude,
Can't
it
do
legit gives me a headache. Like Bloodborne hurt. That
Oh.
game legit hurt to play.
Now you're
Just the
speaking my
frame
language.
rate. Yeah.
Every single day I lay in bed and I just think about Bloodborne, dude. Well, not really, but I fucking love that game.
Bloodborne on PC would be pretty good though.
There have been rumors, and I have been seeing people talk about it, like on Twitter and YouTube, like, you know, just discussing it, I guess. And it would make sense. I mean, with Sony releasing, the
Exclusives.
yeah, what's that game again that they released?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon
There you
Zero
go.
Dawn,
Okay,
exactly.
that was gonna be
Yeah,
my
yeah.
choice because
Mhm.
that game's a really good game, and now that the new one's coming out, like maybe it'll be like this. The new one will eventually get ported to Steam, but I'm jealous that I won't be able to play it day one because
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
one was really really good. I still I'm like at the very end. I had to buy it on PC again, and I haven't gotten to playing it, but I want to pass it, and then like I'm so excited for the second one because the first one already from what I played is amazing.
Yeah, and you said it was like a Breath of the Wild for
Yeah,
Sony.
yeah, it was Breath of the Wild for Sony. It's so cool.
And having played Breath of the Wild, I'm like, yeah, this.
Yeah, yeah.
I gotta trust your opinion, man. I love Breath of the Wild. That was a
Yeah.
great game.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's what Breath of the Wild could do if it was like if it had more power, pretty much. I
Yeah.
really liked it. It was really good.
The difficulty was pretty solid in that game, to be honest.
Uh-huh.
Because honestly, I'm like, it's a Nintendo game. Like, I'm gonna get the mechanics down, and eventually, I'll just beat everything easily.
Uh-huh.
But those Guardians, man,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
things are pretty tough.
Mhm.
But what's aside from like Bloodborne and like all this other stuff, if you guys had the power to remaster or remake a game, which game would that be?
What about making a multiplayer game back in its prime? Like I could just go back, play it as it was, but the servers are full.
Yeah, that could be a good choice too. Yeah, let's go with that multiplayer game that you guys could play back again in its prime. I already have an answer in my head.
Me too.
I'm thinking. There's too many good ones for me to pick.
All right, I'll just go first then. I'll say Mag on the PS3, dude.
Oh, that's such a
Mag
good
on the
one.
PS3 was like, it was so good for me to the point where I put Call of Duty and I put Battlefield to the side, dude. I was like, listen EA, listen Activision, nice games you guys got. Mag, that's different. And the simple fact too that you can play, I think it was like 64 versus 64.
Yeah, it was 128 max.
Yeah, or was it two? I think it was two something, 200.
They might have done that, but I know for sure it was at least 100 something, 120.
Dude, that game, oh my god. It was for the size that it was, they needed to kind of dumb down some of like the textures and the looks of the game and like the
Yeah.
mechanics, I guess. So it was like a 99-cent store Battlefield, but the scale of it all is what made it really fun. And the RPG aspects, because like once you leveled up your I guess your shooting or like accuracy or whatever it was,
Yeah.
guns became lasers, and there was 3 PMCs that you could play as, so you can kind of like you would kind of fight battles, and I think it was a thing where you guys would control different zones,
Yeah.
and whichever PMC was on top, I mean, just bragging rights, against the other two. But that game was pretty fun for me. How about you guys?
Mine is Black Ops 1.
Oh, dude, that's
Oh, that's a really good
That
one
game is so
too.
One. That's the first time I ever got introduced to a multiplayer like server.
Mhm.
What a perfect way to start, because those lobbies were amazing. I wish you could still do that today, but you can't. I mean, the only game that could probably do it today
Uh-huh.
is Fall Guys, because everybody would be yelling at each other like how they would back then. But,
Yep.
but yeah, yeah, Black Ops 1. I love everything about like the whole game, the people, the multiplayer, everything. Perfect.
It might not be a game, because I'm thinking about it. Those are all really good things. I was gonna say COD 4, but the more I thought about it, I did play COD 4 a lot, just not online, because I don't think we had internet back then. I don't think that was to like Modern Warfare 2. But does it count as a game? Do you guys remember PlayStation Home?
Yeah.
Oh, PlayStation Home, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
I remember going on there and just
Uh-huh.
seeing people with like the coolest houses and like the
Yeah,
coolest
yeah.
like all this. They had they had drip. They had like vehicles. They had like pets and stuff. It was like World of Warcraft, but it was like it was like an MMO, but it wasn't. It was just like
Yeah,
RPG. And like whenever I think of something like Star Wars or like Gmod, Star Wars role play or all that stuff, I always think, dude, PlayStation Home, like every month they were releasing like new clothes, new mini games, new game modes. It was like the perfect social game that was just free. But like I only played it like when there was nothing else to play and I was bored. But
yeah.
you'd have fun.
Yeah,
You'd go in there, you'd go play in like some random like it'd be like some Call of Duty level or like some Battlefield level, just like turned into a mini game. And like you
Yeah.
could just play that and you'd play it and you'd get stuff and you could like do whatever you wanted with that stuff. It was so cool. Like I wish I could go back and re-experience that like as I am now, because like I would have so much fun playing that in its prime if it was available right now.
Yep.
I never heard of that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was on the PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those icons that like would just be underneath like the game section or something like that.
Yeah.
Nobody would touch it because
Yeah,
nobody would
Yeah.
nobody played it, but like it was really cool.
Exactly. It was yeah. They did a really good job with that.
It was just like Sony's Second Life. Like it was
Yeah,
weird.
yeah.
It was weird, but it was fun.
I lost it. I never
Huh?
touched it. I don't think I even knew that was there.
Yeah, most people don't.
Yeah. It was just
Crazy.
it was like a niche game.
Yeah.
It doesn't even sound like a
Either
game.
you
It
don't
sounds
know
like-
about
That's
it,
what I was
or you
saying.
do know
Yeah,
about it,
yeah.
and you're like, dude. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's mine's Modern Warfare 2.
That's a good one.
Hmm.
Uh,
I
Getting
love
new
that
to
game.
Commando
And the
Pro.
hours,
Hmm.
the nights with the boys.
Yep.
What's a
That's what
You're
it
game?
was.
using your Riot Shield.
What's a game you wish had multiplayer?
That's a good question, actually.
Mm,
Is
I mean,
Stalker
I'm
multiplayer?
That would be yeah. Well, no, I don't think it is. I think it's single player, but that is a really good choice to
Like
be
if
honest.
they had like a Stalker type game in multiplayer, that'd be cool.
Hmm. That's a good question, man. I gotta
Ah,
check.
I got the perfect answer. Skyrim.
Yeah. Okay, that was mine. Skyrim.
Yeah,
Ah, I'm sorry.
that
Yeah, Skyrim.
dude. Oh my god, you make Skyrim multiplayer?
Like that would be so
Oh,
cool. It would be like Minecraft pretty much. You have your own world, but then you have another world where it's just you and your friends going off in an adventure together.
And it would work. Like they could just implement just servers
Yeah.
and then just drop people in. It
Yeah.
would work
I don't know why they
perfect.
don't
Everybody
do it,
would love
but,
it.
like, yeah, everybody. That would not be a negative.
No, not at all. And it wouldn't mess with the balance. It'd be
Yeah, yeah.
literally
Nobody wouldn't
perfect.
like it. Yeah.
Mm.
I, I mean, there have been games that have had multiplayer, I guess,
Uh-huh.
but I've always wanted like a legit Resident Evil multiplayer game, not one where it's like everyone has like how do I say like I want a story based Resident Evil game
Uh-huh.
where you can do like at least like 4 players, but then uh you guys progress through the story. Not a thing of like oh it's just like a random like event or random
Yeah.
like session thing, you know? Like I want it so that we have to like complete puzzles and then use each
Yeah.
other or like I don't know.
Yeah,
But
like
that's
that'd be
Like
cool.
like co-op.
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but on a bigger
Some
scale.
games,
I get you.
some games do have it. Like Far Cry has it, but I mean, you
Mhm.
need something more immersive.
Mm.
Because Far Cry is fun to like a certain extent.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's just I mean at least they do it. But those games are like you play co-op and then like it's the cutscene, but it's only for that one person that is in the cutscene. Like
Uh-huh.
I get you.
they just kind of like tag it on there. But yeah, you know,
What's the perfect multiplayer game for you guys?
perfect multiplayer game. Uh,
I was gonna say Minecraft, but it depends what version. If we're assuming Java version, then yeah, it would be Java because you could do literally anything.
Hmm. Mine's GTA. GTA is so
What about
fun online.
What about the ones that are modded?
What
hmm.
do you mean?
Or Minecraft?
The vanilla, what is it called? There's like okay,
Bedrock Java.
like one time I remember watching a streamer who had this hammer that he would strike stuff. It would do a 5x5. So he'd mine fucking areas
Mm-hmm.
at the
They have that in
quickest.
servers.
Well, I don't know if it was a server or not. I just know it
Yeah.
was some mod.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've always wanted to do that, but I
I think
wouldn't even know where to start. I'd have to look into.
I think
Yeah.
I'd go with
It would cool. It'd be cool if they implemented. Well, no, never mind. I mean, there's a certain spot where you could go and do that, but I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like I get tired after like I don't know.
You get tired of the grind.
Yeah, because
mining.
the
I
fun
wish
with
there was an
Minecraft is,
easier
like, starting
way,
off
but
with friends.
obviously,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So like, I wish there was an easier way to mine, but
Mhm.
we're at an extent where you needed some type of resource to get all this shit done. I guess since Minecraft's so simple, like to give it, but
To flush it out, like to make it
No,
more.
like deeper progression, because I feel like what he's
Yeah.
saying, like he wants to make it to the point where like once you build your house, like after you build your house, after you get the resources, once you make your farm, once you get everything that you need,
better
for the daily
crafting
stuff.
things.
Yeah. Because then after like not post game, but like mid game, it's just you going out to go do the same thing and explore. I think better traveling would help out the game. Better mining would also help out the game, and maybe more like mini bosses or just something something else that like would make it fun aside from because the end is great and everything, but once you pass it, I mean, you can do it again, but I mean, there's
Yeah,
no
I get
fun.
what you mean. Like
Yeah.
more MMO kind of aspects to the game. Like the base game is Minecraft, but adding way more stuff, more of the same stuff to explore, but have it be different enough that it's enjoyable to
Mhm.
experience it.
Mhm.
Like you're still doing the same stuff, just it's a bit
Mhm.
more. It's better a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not as tedious like mid game to end game.
Yeah.
And then if you would be able to mine better, then you can, I don't know, you can make stuff down.
Yeah. Maybe with enchant. I mean, enchantments kind of do help, but I feel like they could add more enchantments to kind of
Yeah.
like fix that, and that could
Or
be a
But
solution.
I'm sure their goal is just to keep the game simple. They barely
Yeah.
add.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Minecraft. We're lucky to have all these updates, anyways.
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
true.
Imagine,
10
imagine Minecraft just how it was back then. Yeah.
Don't get me started.
You're right.
I bought the alpha, like when
Yeah.
it was first out for like $15.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I downloaded a cracked version, the
Yeah.
1.2.4 beta,
Yeah.
Allegedly. We don't want to get in trouble.
allegedly.
Yeah, I allegedly did that too before I bought the full version. And I was like, nah, I need the full game now. I still remember seeing the patch notes every update,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I would always scroll like first thing was like, all right, everything that they added, whatever. I'd scroll all the way down to the bottom to see if Herobrine was added or like removed. And if he was
Yeah.
added, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna like quit at night or fall asleep at night so I don't have to see Herobrine. Cause just seeing some of the videos, I mean, I was like, oh, this is terrifying, man. I don't want to turn around and then like he's there.
It's like a cucuy, dude.
Yeah, man. Frightening. I think for me, perfect multiplayer game. Fallout 76, dude.
For real?
No, I'm kidding. No, I
Was
think
that okay?
what?
I
What
was
happened?
like, okay.
No, no,
You sure? It works.
No, perfect multiplayer game. It's a tough question, man, because there's so many, but
Smash.
shit.
You could say something like Battlefield 3. I'd say that's pretty good. Modern Warfare 2 is pretty good for
Say Golf
multiplayer.
with Friends. You could say
Golf.
Smash.
Golf's pretty
You
good.
could say Mario Party. Fall Guys.
Yeah, because it's tough. I mean, like in my head, like I'm thinking of a game that like anybody can pick up to play multiplayer, but it also has like a skill ceiling, like something that you will improve on, that you'll see. You know what? I guess Rocket League would be a good one for me.
It's a pretty good answer.
Because Rocket League, it has basic, not well, somewhat basic mechanics. But the thing with Rocket League is that, you can start off by playing, like just campaign and like season mode. But
Yeah.
then as you play online and as you play ranked, it could get to that point where, you see yourself improving, and with each match of playing, I mean, it's the hunger for more. Like you put in more dedication into the game, you put in more time, and then you see that work. With each game that
Yeah.
you play. Yeah, I mean, how about you guys? What game would that be for you?
I said GTA. GTA is really fun online.
I already forgot my answer. Did I say
Yours was
what
Minecraft,
is it?
I think.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Minecraft, yeah. Because I thought about Minecraft too. I was like, Minecraft and GTA. But GTA is really
Yeah.
fun. I mean, GTA for what it is, it's really fun. And then adding
Yeah.
more people, it's, yeah.
Dude, if our whole Discord server got on GTA for one
I
day,
know.
oh my god, that would be so
Yeah.
much fun.
Yeah.
Just 12 people messing around. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
I like
think,
playing the mini games they have.
yeah.
Those are
yeah.
really fun. The racing, the helicopter PvP stuff. That shit's so cool.
Yeah, GTA is pretty high up there. I mean, the thing that I love the most about GTA was the racing, but I just felt I wish it was a little bit more deeper because, once you like max it out, like whatever vehicle you have, then it's not that fun anymore.
Do you have a favorite racing game?
Favorite racing game?
Yeah.
Need for Speed Carbon.
Need for Speed?
Need for Speed Carbon. That was the best Need for Speed that ever came out for me
Uh-huh.
because it had amazing customization. It had this thing where like you can choose like a generic, not generic looking body kit, but there was at least like um, let's say like 5 front bumpers
Uh-huh.
that you can mold, change the values to look a certain way that you wanted it to look.
Uh-huh.
So you had that, and then you had like I don't know, just the customization was there, and also the things that you can do like in terms of races, because there was the circuit race, which is like more than 2 laps. There was the point to point race where once you reach the end, then that was it. There was the endurance one, so after like however many laps, if you were still first, whoever was like fourth, I think, would get kicked,
Uh-huh.
and so you were the last one standing. There's like time attack stuff, downhill drift, or no, not downhill, the drifting section too, and the canyon runs. The canyon runs was probably my favorite thing because in order to I think it was in order to do the canyon run, you had to do a certain amount of other races beforehand.
Yeah.
And I think if you lost, you had to do it like you had to do extra races to get back in there. Yeah, yeah. But that game was like, oh my god, dude. So it's so much fun for me.
Mhm.
I love that game to death.
Dude, Star Wars the pod racing game on N64.
I never got to
That
play
one's
it,
great.
but it looks really fun.
I think I had it. I'm not sure.
I was gonna say Star Wars Demolition, but that's not racing. That's like vehicle fighting.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, in terms of that, I got one in my head.
Which one?
It's Twisted Metal Small Brawl.
That's such a good answer.
It was
dude.
Twisted Metal, but it was just like RC cars, and they were kids, and I was like, this is so cool, dude.
Yeah.
My favorite thing was shooting rockets at the plumber's butt crack in one of the levels.
Mm,
Yeah, because if you did that, you would shoot the butt crack, and then he would fart, and then with his fart, he would break the island like in the middle of the kitchen, and underneath it was a secret car that you can use.
Ryan, what's your answer?
I don't even know, man.
You didn't play racing games?
I don't really
did,
play
but-
racing games. My favorite car series would be Mario Kart, but that's
Mhm.
probably like everybody's favorite. My favorite game, racing game, is Burnout Paradise though. I had so
Oh,
much fun
fuck,
playing
dude.
that game.
That's a great game too.
Yeah, and I'm not into
It's a
car
good
games
one.
or anything like
Yeah,
that, but that game
yeah.
is really good.
That game is so
think-
good. I bought it on the PS3, bought it
The
on my
soundtrack,
Xbox.
Yeah, I have it
I
right
have it-
now. I haven't even played
Yeah.
it.
It's on Origin, right? So yeah,
yeah.
It's so good, man.
I think the one before this one, because I haven't played a lot. Like
Mhm.
The Crew, I didn't like that. Shows.
Mhm.
I think it was Need for Speed Underground 2.
Mhm.
I think. Can't really remember. Just remember knowing to play one of the first Need for Speeds and liking it. But that was basically it.
Mhm.
The most recent one is Heat. It was okay. It's pretty enjoyable. I just wish there was more of I don't know. I feel like racing games are mostly single player games. They're not really meant for multiplayer, or they're just not. I don't know.
Want to
It's
know? Look
not
at Mario Kart.
for me. Well, obviously that one, but not like other racing games. It's not
Yeah.
as much of a. I don't know. I just don't find it that great. Like
Yeah, I get
enjoyable.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the
Now,
day,
if
it's just
there's-
cars racing each
if
other.
there's power ups and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, that's more party. Yeah, I was joking. It's more
like
party,
party
racing.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
party
Yeah,
racing.
Mm.
Yeah. Favorite party game?
Favorite party
Party
game.
game?
Mario Party 8, because that's the last one I played, honestly.
Mm, I think I'd say WarioWare.
WarioWare?
Yeah, but I
Those
mean,
games
it
are
was
great.
it's technically like a party game, but it's only like single player.
Uh,
But if they were to make that game into a multiplayer game,
uh-huh.
going back to the last question, that would be amazing, dude.
Well, there is a game like that, isn't there?
Like WarioWare?
WarioWare Online? No.
Is there? Oh, I'm not even sure. I mean, I haven't touched
Multiplayer,
the Nintendo since the Switch, and beforehand was the N64. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys said multiplayers?
Yeah,
like
multiplayer.
party
Oh yeah,
game.
party
Party
game.
games?
Right?
Party games?
Party game.
I go with golf with friends, but with
Yeah.
either player player uploaded like custom games by more players, just to give you more of
Uh-huh.
a genre to play. You know, how many maps are there right now?
Like
There's at
5.
least- yeah, more or less.
See, like I know people can make some fucking funny,
Yeah.
raging,
I
I
could make
don't know,
one.
all these types of
Yeah,
maps.
we played one of those
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
So I mean, that just sounds enjoyable.
Uh-huh.
Were
Like
we up to
something-
like 3 playing that? Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. I remember I had work the next morning, and I'm like, I'm not gonna give up until I finish it. I'm gonna be
Right
pissed
now?
off.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember at one point everybody was just trying to bank off the wall because everyone was
Yeah.
so frustrated. They didn't want to go through the whole thing. Just
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Who
think it
came
was
up
the
with
Wizard
the
who
whole
made it
thing?
first, no?
I wonder who came up with that idea.
I don't remember that far back, dude.
Because the thing is, I was so pissed off at that point because you guys are so ahead of me
Yeah.
that I just started trying like anything, dude. I'm like, let me just try anything to get close to you guys. Like, it's not like I'm gonna lose more if I'm already losing.
Yeah.
So
We're
I
already
see-
on like our 300th
Yeah.
stroke, dude.
Exactly. So I see a wall in the corner at an angle. I'm like, maybe I can do some like hit him with some quick maths or something, and then like bank it off, and eventually it got us to like skip a good chunk of the level to get to the top. But
They
Yeah.
have actual custom maps.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot. There's a lot.
Because
The custom map that we're talking
Why
about.
do we always play on the same ones?
nobody
I
has
don't
any of
know.
the other ones downloaded. Or we haven't
you
even
know-
like really looked at the
I'm-
catalog.
Yeah,
Okay,
I have a
download.
couple that I downloaded already from the workshop for like
Yeah.
future purposes.
I'm ready to play tomorrow.
Nah, I think the game that we all need to play together is Gmod, dude. We gotta do some prop hunt.
I was
Dude,
gonna
G-
say
on
Gmod is so
Terrace
much
Town.
I was
fun.
gonna say that. But I was like, that's more of a sandbox like game.
I know.
Instead of a
Yeah.
party game. But yeah,
There's
Gmod's
so
really
much you
good.
can do.
Yeah, but then you had like no, if we play prop hunt, dude, that like, oh,
That's
the
a
see, like,
perfect
prop-
party game.
Like Problem
The-
already has its custom games also, custom maps that you can.
Mhm.
Like the ones I always enjoyed watching was Modern Warfare 2 Prop Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys ever know about Gmod Tower?
Gmod Tower.
You guys never heard of that? It was this server, right? So hear
Mhm.
me out. It's kind of like PlayStation Home, where the whole theme it's just one tower, and you have like credits in the server. You can get a room in the hotel, or like the tower hotel, whatever you want to call it. But to do that, you have to play mini games. So they had like Death Run, they had like 1v1 game modes. They had like I think it was called like Super Football Soccer. It was some stupid name, but you're literally just a bunch of people and balls having to push a giant ball to like different goals, right? But the map's like in the air and it's like super thin. All the different places you could go. It was so much fun. I feel like if that was its own party game, it would be just peak. Like it's just a bunch of dumb fun game modes, and like you can just get like you could get character models from other games, and that would be like your skins that you earn. Like that was super cool.
I think we're good here.
Yeah, well,
content
That's a
next
wrap.
time.
That wraps up episode 1.2 of the Valley Boys podcast. I'd like to thank you guys all for listening and watching.
Mhm.
I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks
Yeah.
again.
See ya.
That's it.